Padre, te doy las gracias por todas tus bendiciones. Hoy me das la vida, me das la salud, me das las fuerzas. Te lo agradezco, Padre. Mi creencia, mi fe es tal de que tú nos amas tan inmensamente, de que tú haces todo por nosotros. Nos das la vida, las fuerzas, la salud, nos proteges, nos cuidas, nos perdonas si así queremos. Nos amas intensamente, Padre. Todo lo que sucede en nuestras vidas es porque así tú lo tienes diseñado. Te lo agradezco, Padre. Te pido que continúes bendiciéndonos. Y hoy en particular pido por todas las personas enfermas que están sufriendo, por los ancianos, por los niños y niñas que están pasando por tiempos difíciles con hambre, por aquellos que están en los hospitales, por aquellos que están en las cárceles, en las calles, por todos nosotros, Padre, que podamos mantenernos fuertes en nuestra convicción de hacerlo bien. Padre, te damos las gracias, te bendecimos, te glorificamos, te adoramos siempre. Amén. Welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. This is the general weather forecast for today, Wednesday, July 26th. If you're having a birthday today, happy birthday. If you're celebrating anniversaries, all the best to you. Mainly fair weather conditions will prevail over most areas of the country. So, at least when I have that moist and unstable conditions persist over our area, we must be mindful of the fact that this is July, and that at the end of the day, we do have that instability inherent to the time. 24-hour forecast, sunny with a few cloudy spells today and cloudy at times tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated with a few more over southern and some coastal areas tonight. The winds blowing from the east-northeast at 10 to 20 knots. The sea stay choppy. Temperatures along the coast, 87 degrees as a max, 81 degrees as a minimum. Inland, the focus is going to be 93 as a max and 73 as a minimum. And in the hills, a max of 81 and a low of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The outlook for Thursday and for Thursday night is for mainly fair weather, with some showers or thunderstorms generally isolated, except for a few more over the south Thursday night. I'll just take a quick peek at the National Hurricane Center. And there are a couple of disturbances, well, actually one, or maybe a little bit more, that are just recently coming out of the continent of Africa. Because you know that most of the storms that we get along here are born within that region. And we are not exactly worried about this one because this one's a very low chance, 10% of chance of development. And it's heading west at the moment, but like I said, it is a totally different story when it comes into the Caribbean because it meets a lot of shear, and which means winds that are not exactly conducive to the development. And well, let's just hope for the best there. But that's going to be within our area. I'm sorry, not going to be within our area. That forecast is at this moment, but it's going to be in the Caribbean area within some days, 3-4 days. I apologize. Tides. There's a high tide this morning at 11:55, a low tide at 6:43 this evening, another high tide at 12:49 tomorrow morning, and another low tide at 6:42 tomorrow morning. The sun sets today, actually the sun rose today at 5:30, and the sun sets at 6:28. The moon rises today at 8:38, and the moon sets at 9:18 tonight. 8:38 this morning, and 9:18 tonight. And I want to thank forecaster Michael Gentle for this information. Muy buenos días, compañeros. Bienvenidos al show y un gran gusto saludarles hoy por la mañana. Este es el reporte del tiempo para hoy, miércoles 26 de julio. Recordándoles de que tan pronto este fin de semana, en particular el lunes de la otra semana, estamos terminando ya el mes de julio y tan pronto el martes empezamos el mes de agosto. Y el tiempo vuela, no espera a nadie. Buenas condiciones se espera sobre todo el país de Belice para el día de hoy. Es más, hoy va a estar soleado con algunos periodos de nubosidad y nublado por momentos hoy por la noche. Pero si es que tenemos chubascos o tormentas aisladas, con algunos... el sur y algunas áreas por la costa sí verán un poquito más hoy por la noche, pero durante el día todo está puesto para tener cielos despejados, sí nublado por momentos, pero con bastante calor. Los vientos del este-noreste de 10 a 20 nudos, el estado del mar agitado. Temperaturas por la costa 87 grados como una máxima, 81 como una mínima por la costa. En el interior del país 93 y una mínima de 73. Y por las colinas, compañeros, 81 grados como una máxima y 68 como una mínima. Se espera que para mañana jueves y jueves por la noche tengamos buen tiempo con chubascos o tormentas generalmente aisladas. No hay nada... que fuese, digamos, por decir, periodos de lluvia por largos periodos de tiempo. No, un chubasquito aquí, un chubasquito acá, y así es. ¿Ok? Sí, el sur va a estar viendo un poquito más de lo que generalmente vemos en el resto del país. Habrá una marea alta hoy a las 11:55, una marea baja a las 6:43, otra marea alta a la 1:11 mañana por la mañana, y luego otra marea baja a las 6:42 también mañana por la mañana. El sol salió hoy a las 5:30. El sol sale mañana, se oculta a las 6. Hoy por la noche. Le damos las gracias a forecaster Michael Gentle y a nuestros patrocinadores, señor honorable Gaspar Vega, German Vega, también al señor Eduardo Vega, a A&R's, Rapidito Loans, La Inmaculada Credit Union, Belize Tourist Board, Govern the Belize Press Office, Aqua Life, y ojalá y no haya a Derek Gillett's Meat Shop. También, compañeros, queremos darle las gracias a ustedes. Vamos a tomar una pausa cuando son las 7:14, pero estaremos de vuelta con Chequi tan pronto regresemos de estos anuncios. No se vayan.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this? Get serious. Get bopped.
Tienes 8 cilindros. Eres adrenalina disfrazada de aleación de aluminio a 8000 revoluciones por minuto.
Así como así. ¿Será el cigüeñal?
una limpieza de inyectores y un cambio de aceite, vas a correr con libertad, campeón.
Los que entendemos al motor como si tuviera voz, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Ahora distribuido por German Vega & Sons. Búsquelo en su tienda favorita.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega & Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega & Sons Limited, because we care for you. The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, cuando son exactamente las 7:20. Un gran gusto saludarles. Yo sé que tenemos una fiel audiencia en áreas como el Benque y en Cayo y en Punta Gorda, en Mango Creek. También tenemos fiel audiencias en Caledonia, aquí en Orange Rock, en Trial Farm. Muy buenos días. También en Belice, la ciudad de Belice, perdón. Un verdadero placer saludarles hoy por la mañana. Una mañana bastante agradable aquí en Orange Rock, preciosa. En realidad, esta mañana pues no estuvo tan caluroso por decir, aunque no estoy diciendo de que no va a calentar durante el día, pero sí bastante caluroso. Pero un saludo cordial a mi buen amigo, a mi buen amigo Robert Checky Usher, que siempre comparte el escenario aquí conmigo. Buenos días, good morning.
Good morning, my brother, Emmanuel.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You know, trying to make the best out of all the moments that we live, Emmanuel.
Well, that's what life is,
Yeah.
trying to make the best out of what we have, out of the situations that we have. And that is called creating happiness.
Right. You know?
Because whenever you delve into the problems and begin to say, if only I had done this, and if only I had done this, well, tell you what, maybe a next time, but that has passed.
You never done it for some reason.
And it's very simple for you to reflect on and try to change the way for the future. But don't delve into those in the past too much.
Or say,
You know?
yesterday I'm if I do this and I never do it, man. I wonder if I could do it today. Yesterday is dead and gone.
Yesterday is dead and gone. And life is all about learning.
Yep.
Right?
True thing.
So,
Yeah. I want to say good morning to our viewers all over the country. A great morning to still have you all viewing us. Good morning. Thank you so much. Emmanuel, I want to do a little clarification of something when it comes to North Television Channel 10. Some people were asking if Channel 10 went on a sold out. You know, but I understand it's something between two cable companies, but Channel 10 is not affiliated with that. So
all people are confusing one with the other.
Right. So North Television Channel 10 stands on its own, and we're still going strong, and it remains under the same proprietors. So nothing have changed here when it comes to sellout and things like that, because people are wondering if we were sold out, you know, and that is not so. All right.
I actually I did not hear about it. So, but you did hear, obviously, and that's the reason why you're clarifying it.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me. They ask me if they say, I know you never got the deal, but Emmanuel got the deal or he never got. I don't know if they buy he out because I don't buy out nobody. He said, but no Morris got no. Then I know Morris don't got because no deal happened here, no transaction happened here at Channel 10. Channel 10 stand on its own.
Yes, and we don't want to be mentioning names, but
Yeah.
it's Nortevision is Nortevision, and it's not affiliated with any other company that may sound alike. Okay, is not associated with it.
And the Sugar City Morning Show is the Sugar City Morning Show because sometimes some people confuse it with Sugar City Radio Station. You know, Sugar City Radio Station is Sugar City Radio Station. Sugar City Morning Show is Sugar City Morning Show. North Television Channel 10, that's what we are. You know?
Exactly.
We good?
Yes, and actually, well, it doesn't strike me strange that people would confuse because there's this eternal confusion about one and the other.
Yeah. Well, that shows how much the public out there is concerned of what we're doing because they figure, oh, if that happened, we're not here again. You know, so, but thanks to you all for your concern, and I'm glad that I remembered to do that clarification this morning. And for here we go on.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, Chicky. So, talk to me, Chicky. I gather that the Prime Minister came in
Yeah, the man touched down yesterday.
yesterday.
A warm welcome too.
And then as soon as he came in, he was, I wouldn't say accosted, but perhaps
He was met.
He was met.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting it mildly. By the reporters asking him to wade into the bar chief justice situation. And he said, I don't want to get in any further with in that case because you all have said it all. And he has quite a way for letting it slide in.
I say it's
to
moved
Channel 7 that they were the ones who have already, put the story out, and and yes, we're talking about the situation with the bar associations and the Chief Justice.
Is this pertaining to the same issue that you were mentioning? I think it was last week.
Yes.
On Monday, about the delay of.
Yes. Obviously, it's an issue of extreme concern, because there are cases where and I just want to quickly look for the reference there, that there are 29 cases, as a matter of fact, 29 cases that are still left without a verdict from the Chief Justice. And it turns out that serious pressure is being applied to the Chief Justice by the Bar Association, because they're saying, you can't hold up this thing, and which is true. And perhaps this may be the first time, or one of the very few instances, when the Bar Association decides to take a stand like this. Because generally, you don't mess with this Chief Justice.
Yeah, I know. You keep quiet.
Don't mess with him. But then again, the Bar Association is a powerful association, and they can ask even for the removal, but that doesn't mean that the Prime Minister would accede or would agree with them, unless there is a serious, and I mean very serious, accusation against the Chief Justice. But in this case, the Chief Justice has said, give me lead time now. For the second time, he's saying, give me lead time now, because I accept that there has been a delay in the delivery of the verdicts, but give me at least I'm sorry.
And you know one thing that
until such time.
Then the things are not things that you have to rush or should be rushed. You have to look at these situations carefully before you hand down a judgment. Right?
I don't know at this point if it is because of the difficult situation that each case may present, difficult in the sense that there is maybe a difficulty arising with a verdict. It sometimes, it requires careful study of the situation.
Right.
You need to go by the books, and you have to interpret the case, the laws as well, in a way that is very clear.
You have to go through all the case file from the beginning.
Exactly, and you have to read and get into this thing.
So what this witness may say, what is prosecutor,
right?
What they may say, who all they may bring in, what day this thing may happen, what this person may do, what that person may do.
And not only that, what they said and so forth, but also what the law says. What the law says, you know what I mean? And then there are certain nuances in the law which can be permitted as loopholes there, you know what I mean? So it's a tricky thing. Yes, we understand, but the bar is saying, he got too much time on some of the cases. We've been waiting too much time. Remember that some of the litigants have been in waiting for more than, in some cases, 2 years, 3 years. And I do believe that in one case, it says that it was almost, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth here, but I think that there was one case that was exceedingly long. Right, you know what I mean? So the Bar Association obviously is asking the judiciary, the Chief Justice in particular, to speed up these cases, because it is way too long. You have case after case after case that says, you know, the Chief Justice will award sentence, will give sentence, the verdict, announce the verdict in such a time, and that never happens, and that never happens, and people say, huh, case adjourned, the Chief Justice not do it, not do it. But not because the Chief Justice not do it, that means that it's right. You can't ask him, you can't scold him or something about it. There is provision in the law that permits you to be able to address the situation in such a manner that you come to a mutual agreement. He has asked for a 90-day period, which would mean that every 3 days he will give a verdict, which I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
He may want to clear at least maybe half of them within that period, but the point is the message has been thrown. Hurry up, because
yeah.
you know.
And then they don't want to make this thing accumulate so much that when you hear now, with this amount you have, when you hear they have over 200 people who wait for a verdict. Because you remember the situation with the young man in Chetumal that was stabbed, and then when someone from the Mexican embassy talked, and then they asked if this person will get bail and things like that, he said, yeah, probably take what? Yeah, before this person even get figured out court, because they have others, lot of things in their head of that. So we don't want us to reach in that same situation when you look, they have one backlog there, so.
Well, currently the backlog is about 29.
29?
29 cases where he has not delivered judgment on those.
And I believe
on
these
those.
are serious cases.
Yes.
Big
Remember,
case.
people are being possibly being held in prison, awaiting the judgment, who could not meet bail.
Yep.
You understand me?
Yeah.
And what if the case is such that you are declared innocent? Then obviously, time spent in prison
But then
would be way too long.
But then right now that Belize people, they put out lawsuit for that kind of thing there. If you got me back there for so long, and when I did back there for 2-3 years, and then I come out and the Chief Justice ruled that nothing happened, my innocent, so I have to walk home. So what happened to the whole amount of time that you spend behind there? But it's the law system as well. So people go to the attorneys and they take out civil suit and walk away with the money too.
Exactly so. So let's just hope that this situation gets better. We're talking about this because it's a serious issue. No, believe me, you may not have a case, I may not have a case, but believe me, as a community, we need to be concerned that justice delayed is justice denied. You just think about what I just said.
Yeah, so you don't know
Justice delayed is justice denied. You need to be able to, after you have reviewed the case, within a period of 2-3 months, deliver a verdict, or 2 weeks, deliver a verdict, and say, tell you what, you're guilty or you're innocent.
Go home.
Move, go home.
or pay or go back.
You know, but 2-3 years, that's a long time.
I mean, your attorney could visit you and tell you, yes, man, everything they go good, the case look good. I believe we are come out for this case. But that person will sit down back there and say, but when? When? I can't move, I can't do nothing. But when it comes to that the Chief Justice has the power in his hand. Right?
Exactly so. So any news that you picked
Well,
up this morning from...
I don't want to touch one, leave it on this thing with this Belize City when it comes to this election, this city council election. We have Mr. Willoughby and Mr. Leslie. We understand the two persons have the interest of becoming the mayor of Belize City. We can remember what happened in the past with Willoughby. Willoughby has always wanted to become a standard bearer.
Willoughby?
Yep. So what happened is he was interested in the Alberts division, and That time, the Honorable Herman Langsworth was the area rep in that area, right? He was the Minister of State in Sports. So the party had a, I think it was like a little briefing one day, and then Willoughby has always been saying, you know, that he run. Then that time, the Honorable Tracy Panton was introduced as the new candidate for Alberts. And I understand that Mr. Langsworth was awarded or promised a position somewhere in the U.S. to represent Belize at one of the embassy or some position. And I don't know.
And all of that you're telling is a fact.
It is.
Okay, good.
I don't know what Mr. Willoughby was promised or who promised him, but I understand he was promised that he will be holding some seat in Chicago or New York on behalf of the party. Apparently, that never happened, because I talked to the man sometime here in Orange Walk, and he said, "Boy, that thing look like to go through, but I still hanging there with my party." Now, as Mr. Willoughby said, that he stepped aside to give the Honorable Tracy Panton the green light for her to become the standard bearer for Alberts. So they never got any no scuffle, no kind of convention or anything. So he was always hopeful that he can become the mayor of Belize City. Last election, His Lordship, Darrell Bradley, didn't submit his name as a candidate for the mayor of Belize City to meet the deadline. So the deadline overlapped. But then he came afterwards and the party accepted that, yes, Darrell can go. You know. Now, Willoughby was hopeful. According to them, they not see no application for Darrell Bradley. The secretariat haven't informed them if Mr. Bradley have applied. So, you know, Willoughby, the man of the work all over the place. So you hear a lot from him. Dion always top the polls. Dion Leslie, he always top the polls. So, Willoughby had the intention that, okay, I work with Honorable Tracy Panton, so I expect an endorsement from her. When he was saying that, I understand the same time, Tracy was in the process of endorsing Dion Leslie. You know?
Tricky politics.
You get me?
Tricky politics.
So, for him, that didn't go that way. Now, the deadline has passed for yourself to put in your name if you want to run as a candidate.
So, in other words, by now, Darrell Bradley can no longer run for mayor of Belize City, for Belize City.
Well, the deadline gone already.
So, you're avoiding the question.
Yeah.
I can
But
he no longer can do that.
It happened the last time.
Thank you very much.
The deadline passed, and then he was still accommodated to come in. You know? So, now, the Prime Minister spoke yesterday, and they asked him, he said, well, as I know the deadline has passed, I don't know if Mr. Bradley want to run, but if he want to run, he may put in a name.
Yes.
He said, and I can't see it because I'm not the party. You understand? Then they still have their two gentlemen right there, so already put in their application. One is Dion Leslie and one is Philip Willoughby. Both of them are current councillors.
Understand.
You understand? So I don't know how far that will take us, but we all know that when it comes to the mayor of Belize City, that Darrell Bradley has a great, what do you call it? A great track, very track record. Very great track record, because that man has transformed Belize City from night to day. Call him a night, but now you can see the light. When you go into Belize City,
I guess that is one of the overwhelming reasons why the United Democratic Party has won the Belize City Council elections, and won it big.
Handsomely. By over 6,000 votes.
By over 6,000 votes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking here, just let me quickly,
And they have been winning from 2006, you know, Emmanuel. With Senator Moya for 2 terms. After that, Darrell Bradley. So now he put these gentlemen in a position. I don't know if they put them in a position to think and say, wow, if the party decide for give Darrell a next chance, do we step aside or do we go into a convention?
The last elections happened on the Wednesday, 4th of March, 2015, as quick as that, thanks to the beauty of technology, of the beauty of technology. And the person with the highest amount of votes, 11,928. Dion Leslie, 11,954. Okay? And quickly followed by Darrell Bradley, 11,928. Versus the highest within the People's United Party would be 7548. Will be Micah Goodin, 7,548. So imagine that you're talking here a difference of 11,954 to 7,548.
What's the
more
difference when
than
it came to
4,500 votes there. So, and that is
what was
the
the
highest of the UDP to the highest of the PUP.
What's the difference between the mayoral seat there?
Or between Darrell Bradley and Dion Leslie?
No, from the PUP, I think it was.
Oh, Yolanda Chacron only got 6,573 and 1198. So more than 5,400 votes difference. Big difference.
Yeah, big difference. So, as we say, Darrell made
clean, almost one double whop.
$1 whop.
No, almost a double whop.
Yeah.
Because 6,573 times 2 would be 13. The man had 11, close to 12. That was a big victory for the United Democratic Party in the Belize City. Now, I don't expect things to topple over this. I think that the United Democratic Party is going to win the Belize City Council elections again. So you have now, obviously, two accomplished gentlemen, both Dion and Philip, who view the position as real. In other words, there's a real possibility that either one of them can become the mayor.
Right.
And now that Darrell is supposedly not running for elections, am I right? Well, supposedly not running for elections.
Constitutionally, when it comes to the party, he's not running because the date has passed.
The date has passed. And I think that any one of those or both of them would be quite upset if he would be permitted to run against the,
But what if he decide to run and these gentlemen say, you know what, I'm not coming out, let's go to convention? Can that affect the party?
Well, of course it can affect any party, and it's going to affect the possibility of all of them.
Because it's 3 persons?
It's 3 persons, so, and it will be divided.
Yeah.
So, and those who voted for you unconditionally before are now going to think twice before they go vote because my candidate never win.
Yeah, you know that Dion has been the deputy mayor for some times as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the amount of votes that Dion get, it looked like the man did a top. Well, it shows there, no?
Actually, let me see what that is. Okay.
We're talking about the Belize City politics here this morning, folks. And what we are mentioning is that the mayor of Belize City that we know is very productive, always making things happen. And you know what he always mentioned, Emmanuel, when he does his projects and does his little bylaws, he always mentioned the residents of the city. Mm-hmm. You remember when he had that big problem with that garbage thing?
11,502 was Mr. Philip Willoughby's actually a rather large difference of 452 votes between Dion Leslie and Philip Willoughby. Actually, Philip Willoughby, according to this, came in second to last in the elections. The only one person who received less than him was Alifa Elrington. 5.47, 5.47, yes. So you have Alifa as the last, and then Philip Willoughby. I don't know how much this says, because yes, some people might say that he is not as popular as Dion Leslie, straight out from guiding yourself from what this is telling you. But then again, popularity ratings change.
Yep.
Depending on how well you have served your people.
The deliverance.
Exactly, your delivery to the people. So, I'm looking at the board now, and I see that, well, if any one of those would decide to run, they would be almost guaranteed a position.
What about the lowest voter for the PUP then? How much?
The lowest vote for the PUP would be, guess who?
Who? I don't know. You got a chart front of you?
She's not good in math.
You better ask Jules.
Yes. Yolanda
She got the
Shackron
lowest?
got the lowest, 6,573. Everybody else got way above 7,000.
So that's
but she got 6,573.
That almost by the amount what Darrell Beta. Because Darrell Beta like over 5,000. That by almost the amount.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's what I just told you. That means almost a double whop. Almost a double whop.
Yeah. So, Emmanuel, it's very interesting because we don't live that Belize City, but Belize City, that was a place where all the way go. And we have seen how Belize City has transformed over the past 6 years. And we don't want to see that progress continue, that Belize City. And we don't want to see someone that come here to Orange Walk as well. So we mention this because we know many people might not realize, they might see this person, they take an interview, they want to hear about Dion Leslie, they hear about Philip Willoughby. But then we try to open this so that people could know exactly what we're talking about and what's the position of these candidates. So
You have a very interesting situation. Dr. Alan Gonzalez came in third in ratings, 11,879. And then you had Hyacinth Lachman Quare, actually you have 11,753, Kevin Vincent Singh, 11,753. And then you had Dean Trevor Summers at 11,746.
So when you look on that 11 number right there, Emmanuel, I believe you look on a solid UDP's of vote. When you look on that 11, because most of them are in the 11, and the ones who go up more than 11, then are the ones who get the extra votes from some people that leave it undecided. I believe those are the 11 or probably maybe like the 10,000 that is solid UDP votes.
Yes. I hope you're right.
Yeah. So,
I hope you're right. And
because
that
it's
those
a big
same 10 or 11,000 go back to vote for the red slate in Belize City. Very simply, because the United Democratic Party, the city council in Belize City, has done a fantastic job of transforming Belize City.
right.
I think it was guided by the vision of the mayor, Mr. Darrell Bradley,
Remember the man float
who
on bond?
was the one the guiding force, obviously aided by his councillors,
With his team.
with his team, and they have managed to do wonders for Belize City. I'll be honest with you, and that's the reason why the UDP won. Now going, this is the third time. Am I right?
From
Consecutive-
2006.
Consecutively, 2006.
Four times.
4 times? No.
Yeah.
No,
Senada was 2.
2017, that would be 11 years, approximately. Yeah, and if it happens every 3 years, it would be going to 3 or going to 4 now,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Going to 5. 3, 6, 9, 12.
Well, okay,
But-
whatever.
Emmanuel, you remember the hardship that Mayor Bradley had to deal with when it came to the sanitation company?
Yes, boy. And just the other day, they were talking about how he still has a big debt with the sanitation. And he said, no. He said, we have managed to arrange for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he paid or if he didn't pay or if he has an arrangement where I owe you, but I make no big deal of it.
Yeah, still within the agreement.
Right.
That not passed yet.
Not passed yet.
Yeah.
Which means that he has a commitment towards reducing the bill.
Yeah, and I understand what he did with some of the sanitation workers. He created his own department and he hired them people. Make them people work so them people never lose their job. One time he said, all right, this contract I can't deal with this no more, Mr. Man. So, but then Mr. Man made tell them people they will lose their job and this and that thing can't continue.
You see, those contracts came about from the time of the PUP.
Yeah.
When I know that certain people got the contracts of cleaning Belize City, cleaning the drains, picking up the garbage and so
Chop the
forth
street side.
at a hefty bill, and I mean an extremely hefty price. So it was obviously one of those handout agreements given by the PUP to some of its very faithful. You know what I mean?
Yep. Senida had the problem. She tried to battle it out. But then Darrell comes strong and Darrell said, no man, I want to write this off. Once that time come and your time expired, I know they renew this. You remember them carrying a court too, right? And he got in a court. And he explained to the court that this is the way it happened and this is unfair. This not in a line for me I have to pay so much. Because this is not a legitimate contract.
His point of view was, I can do it, creating a department within my council, and I can do it at a much cheaper price than what I'm currently paying for. So any good administrator, and this is different between politicians and good administrators. One doesn't necessarily mean the other. Politicians sometimes make good administration, sometimes, but generally they don't have the best interest. It's what favors them, not the public coffers.
Yeah, so when you see this thing start to fire up years to come, then when you don't know what the situation when it comes to the mayoral seat for Belize City.
But ladies and gentlemen, it's exactly 7 minutes before 8 o'clock, and we will take a break, but we'll be right back with you after these messages.
Buster. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Hello friends, the only place you'll get value for your money is at Rapidito Loans. At Rapidito Loans, you can shop for jewelry, buy, carat, stoner style. A genuine jewelry from us makes the perfect gift for that special someone or a treat for you. Come and check our widest assortments of quality and affordable gold jewelry. And for all those last minute urgent needs and unexpected bills, you don't have to worry no more. Rapidito Loans is the only quick and reliable solution for all those emergency needs. We provide more and better loans for your gold jewelry. So remember friends, great discount on all gold jewelry. So come in and visit us at Orange Walk Town, number 4 Belize Corozal Road. Rapidito Loans, your #1 money lending and jewelry center.
The Philip Colton High highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross-section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
This house got Wi-Fi or what? Buy you to worry about Wi-Fi, we come for party! You only live once. You've got to live in the moment and make the most of each time, because once it's gone forever. That's why I love my Digicel 4G LTE mobile data.
Hey, you know the Wi-Fi password?
I am always connected. I can share my memories with everyone. They always know what's happening.
You know who hosts this? You got a Wi-Fi?
Not have to be like Bali here and they try thief Wi-Fi. With Digicel 4G LTE, you can share whatever you want, whenever you want. You never have to wait for Wi-Fi.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
What? Finally I get Wi-Fi.
They don't know.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macal River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Por más de 160 años, la producción de azúcar ha sido muy importante en el crecimiento económico del norte de Belize y, por extensión, la nación. Sin embargo, con los fuertes cambios mundiales, socios de la industria azucarera, debemos mantener nuestro compromiso para fortalecer el sector y enfrentar los retos para asegurar los medios de subsistencia de miles de familias en Belize. Aseguremos la resistencia de nuestra industria, su competitividad y su rentabilidad para que continúe contribuyendo a la economía beliceña. Al igual que muchas otras fábricas productoras de azúcar en el Caribe, Belize Sugar Industries Limited, Tower Hill, tradicionalmente ha producido azúcar en bruto para la exportación y refinación en el extranjero. Sin embargo, los cambios en el régimen del azúcar de la Unión Europea en octubre del 2017 pondrán fin a los precios altos del azúcar que tradicionalmente hemos disfrutado. Para el próximo año, esto significa bajos precios en caña de azúcar. Nuestro negocio ya no será el mismo. Tendremos que pensar maneras más creativas para enfrentar los retos. BSI confía en el futuro de esta industria. Por lo tanto, ha desarrollado y presentado a los socios de la industria azucarera un plan para sobrevivir los bajos precios del azúcar en bruto. BSI está optimista que puede buscar mejores precios de caña en Europa y en otros mercados si invierte en expandir la producción de azúcar de consumo directo que lleva un premio más que el azúcar en bruto. ¿Qué son los azúcares del consumo directo? El azúcar de consumo directo se refiere a cualquier azúcar que no se tiene que refinar o mejorar en calidad y que se puede consumir directamente. Los azúcares de consumo directo se fabrican a una calidad superior a la del azúcar bruto y por lo tanto reciben una prima superior. BSI, en nuestra fábrica de Tower Hill, produce 5 tipos de azúcares de consumo directo: azúcar blanco directo, azúcar demerara local, azúcar demerara CARICOM, azúcar demerara para Europa, azúcar demerara canadiense. Los últimos 4 azúcares de consumo directo, aunque son azúcar morena, son fabricadas bajo normas de control de calidad internacionales para productos de grado alimenticio, que además tienen diferentes tamaños de cristal y ligeras diferencias en color. Para nosotros en BSI, expandir la producción de estos azúcares de consumo directo son el futuro de la industria. Por lo tanto, aún sin un plan de desarrollo estratégico firmado, BSI ha presentado a los socios de la industria azucarera un plan propuesto de inversión de $22 millones beliceños durante los próximos 18 meses para aumentar la producción de azúcar de consumo directo. Esto aumentará la producción de 30.000 toneladas métricas a 50.000 toneladas métricas de azúcar. La inversión también aumentará el precio de caña de alrededor de $2 beliceños por tonelada por encima de la venta del azúcar en bruto. Adicionalmente, el proyecto propuesto aumentará la molienda a 203 toneladas más por día, aumentará la capacidad de la casa de cocimientos, aumentará el espacio de almacenamiento para azúcar de consumo directo, mejorará el acondicionamiento del azúcar, mejorará la confianza operacional del ingenio, ya que se planea una inversión adicional de $2.4 millones beliceños para reemplazar equipo en Belcogen. Para justificar esta inversión, BSI necesita asegurar que la entrega de caña no sea interrumpida durante los próximos 4 años. El acuerdo comercial firmado en 2015 contiene una cláusula de salida vinculada a un plan de desarrollo estratégico SDP que permite a las asociaciones y o BSI el derecho de cancelar el acuerdo a partir del 19 de enero del 2018. Si no hay un contrato de la venta y compra de caña, por ley, BSI será incapaz de aceptar la caña de los productores que no estén bajo un contrato firmado. Para evitar esto, BSI ha propuesto a las asociaciones cañeras solo enmiendas al acuerdo comercial sin alterar el valor compartido del 65%-35% sobre la cual se comparten los ingresos y también sin alterar la fórmula del pago de bagazo. Las enmiendas propuestas son garantizar una entrega constante de caña por los productores, cementar la fórmula de bagazo para los próximos 4 años, resolver otras incertidumbres contractuales, permitir que el contrato continúe durante todo su periodo hasta enero del 2022. BSI le pide a todo cañero y cañera a unirse a todos los demás socios de la industria, aceptando la continuación del acuerdo comercial existente en lugar de llevar a la industria a un periodo de mayor incertidumbre. BSI está optimista de que juntos podemos prepararnos para sobrevivir los desafíos del futuro cercano, llevando a una nueva era de prosperidad y sostenibilidad para todos.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, al Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy hemos decidido hablar acerca y poniendo en perspectiva las elecciones anteriores, no solo de Orange Walk, pero sino de todo el país de Belice. Y aquí estamos viendo claramente que la elección donde hubo mayor contención, donde pudo haber ido ambos modos, es aquí en Orange Walk. Claramente, esa elección, vimos el resultado de 5 del PUP y 2 del UDP, con el mayoral candidate yendo del PUP. Pero entre el mayoral candidate de un partido y el otro, hubo muy poca diferencia. Estamos hablando de ¿cuántos votos? 29 votos, 59 votos, algo así. Estoy a punto de bajar la información, pero estamos viendo de que el otro municipio donde no estuvo tan cerca como Orange Walk, pero y tenía una diferencia hasta de 300, 400 votos entre el UDP y el PUP, fue Corozal. ¿Ok? Fue Corozal. Luego de esos dos compañeros, todo el resto del país fue completamente rojo. Empezando la ciudad de Belice, que casi fue 2-1, hasta Punta Gorda, que también casi fue el 2-1 que el Partido Rojo ganó sobre el PUP. Estos son los hechos. No estamos inventando nada, estamos reportando lo que actualmente sucedió. También en el Benque fue fuerte la victoria para el Partido Rojo. También en Belmopan fue fuerte la victoria del Partido Rojo. También en San Ignacio.
San Ignacio, Santa Elena.
Santa Elena, fuerte la victoria a favor del UDP. Dangriga también lo vio. San Pedro también lo vio. Esa es gran diferencia entre uno con el otro. ¿Ok? Como dije, los únicos dos municipios, y uno no tanto como el otro, lo debo de decir claramente, Corozal tuvo aproximadamente una diferencia de 300 votos. Algo importante para considerar, porque gente cambia su mente y entonces tan de repente estás en una posición bastante vulnerable. ¿Ok? 300 votos puede cambiar rápidamente. Y lo hemos visto, porque de igual forma sucedió en Dangriga, igual forma sucedió en Punta Gorda, que hubo un cambio fuerte, así casi de la noche para la mañana. ¿Ok?
Yeah, because Punta Gorda and Dangriga was under the blue, right?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, but in Corozal, we had Dido Vega and Gilberto Campos for mayor in Corozal, and Gilberto came out successful again and won that seat. But you know, Dido was a person involved with a lot of sports, and a lot of people like the man. But like what you always deal with, you deal with the figures. So that when it comes to the figures and the numbers, then are the things that will add up, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, and sometimes electoral buildings. Let me just quickly get this thing sorted out. They try to make everything easier at elections and boundaries, and not realizing that they make it suddenly more difficult.
Until you get to understand it.
Yes, I'm looking. Should be a very simple thing, you know,
Should be at the click.
It should be at the click, and you press on one, and it turns out that it takes you to something else. And I think that I need to ask the people at the IT department at the elections and boundaries, if you know anybody. So
You know the category, right?
You'll please look it over. Please look it over, because there is, you ask for municipal elections and then general elections, our results come out. That should not happen. Okay? That should not happen. So let me look at it now. Let me see municipal elections results 2012. See, and nothing comes out. It's blank.
Blank page.
You understand me?
Maybe
So-
your computer must detect quality right now, man.
Oh, come on.
Right now.
Municipal elections download now. You see the same crap comes out. But nonetheless,
But in Corozal, we understand that Gilberto Campos will not
I
contest
will-
again, no?
yes.
And they will be having convention on the 20th of
Yes.
August. 20th of August. And but like
The-
Emmanuel said, the figures, they never a big difference. I think it was like within 300 votes. Something
In
like
2012, the town with the highest voter turnout was Orange Walk.
Highest
76.52% voter turnout. Now this is significant because people have traditionally said high voter turnout indicates one thing, low voter turnout indicates something completely the other. You know, something different. Orange Walk had a voter turnout of 76.52, followed very closely by Benqueviejo, 75.69, followed then by Corozal at 73.66%, followed then by Belmopan, 72, and then followed by San Pedro, 69.39, Punta Gorda, 68.8, then followed by Dangriga, 63.21, and followed lastly by Belize City with a very low turnout of 63.14%. Now, the question is, if 80 or 85% of the population of Belize City turn out to vote, would it make a difference for the ruling party?
Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Chiki?
Yes, morning. What is the message? Go ahead.
For health aids members, please, they announce that we won't be having no clinic tomorrow.
For Help Age members?
Health aids members.
No clinic.
Health aids.
No clinic tomorrow.
No clinic tomorrow at the hospital.
Okay, you usually have clinics on Thursdays?
No, every 2 months.
Oh, every 2 months?
Every 2 months, but they're supposed to have some.
When will you have it?
September.
Oh, till September?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is for the members of Help Age,
Help
right?
Age.
Okay, thanks then.
Okay.
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, September. So no clinic for Help Age tomorrow at the Northern Regional Hospital, and until September. When we get that date, we will definitely share it with you. Thanks very much, Mrs. Novello, for that update, because you know want people to go there, and then when they reach there, no hay sitio, no hay servicio, no appointments, nothing, no clinic. So that's for the Help Age Orange Walk.
Exactly. So let me just quickly tell you that Orange Walk Town.
Yeah, but you know, the place like San Ignacio or Santa Elena, they always come out big turn, Emmanuel. I was surprised to hear the margin where Mayor Earl Trapp won in San Ignacio for the 2015 municipal election. I don't really remember the amount, but it began big.
For the 2015?
Yeah.
I can tell you right now. San Ignacio, Santa Elena.
Oh, you got it right there? In the work then?
Another waste of time.
Do you think?
Earl Trapp had came out, this is in 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
4,443. Now, he was not the highest but there were, I think, 2 people with higher votes, and this would be Bernadette Fernandez with 4667, and David Richard Morey with 4516. But Mr. Earl Trapp came in third with 4,443 against Ramon Quiroz, okay, with 2532.
What?
So, come to think of it, there was easily a difference of 1,900 votes, almost 2,000.
That constituents by itself.
Almost 2,000 votes. Difference between the red and the blue in San Ignacio.
Does that tell you what percentage of voters came out?
Oh, I do believe it does. Percentage of ballots cast would be percent of ballots. I'm trying to see a percentage here. It is 58.09, which is a rather low turnout.
Yeah, low.
You know what I mean? So, either people were disgruntled with the PUP in San Ignacio, understand me? And taking advantage of that, the UDP machinery managed to get out all its voters.
Yeah.
And the PUP could not do that in San Ignacio.
Well, Mrs. Bernadette Fernandez, she's the wife of the farmer Salvador Fernandez as well, so the people know their politics.
And they know their people.
Yeah, she come out high, right?
Well, she came out the highest.
All right, so you see.
Now let's consider Benque. Geraldo Rancha came up with 1816. Again, not the highest.
Which party that?
This is the red.
Okay. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning.
I can't wait on it further.
Good morning, sir.
Go ahead, you're on the line, go ahead. Yeah, Emmanuel, so continue.
The caller, please, we were listening to you. So I don't know what the problem was. I invite you to call again if you want to participate.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Hello? Hello, come on.
Yeah, go. No, you're there, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, go ahead, sir, go ahead.
Yeah. What's that, your kid?
Yes,
tell them to have a conversation with us, not on television.
I want to ask you if you could help me in this.
That's personal.
Hello?
That's why I cut off that.
Yeah, cut off the TV. Cut off the TV and then you just call. Make us say that what is your concern. Yeah, go ahead.
I got a problem with this current thing.
With the current?
Yeah.
What are the problem with the current?
I want to explain to me how this thing works. Because my bill was big, $90, right? And for $90, you got way to $140.
Okay.
You had that.
You check if your bill was paid, your previous bill was paid on time, because if you never paid on time, then it will still reflect on the current bill. That doesn't mean.
No, we pay on time.
Okay, so.
Sir, so where do you live?
That's where I found.
Okay, there's a distinct possibility, sir.
We have to upgrade.
No, listen to me.
And that's why I found the part.
Listen to me. There's a distinct possibility, sir, that there was a delay, pretty much like I experienced, in the reading of the meter and the delivery of the bill. So much so that for the month of June, I did not get a report, a bill from BEL until the month of July. And when the month of July came, normally I would pay $30 $40, and the bill came up to $48, almost $50. I looked up the reading dates, the difference between what it was, and I found out that yes, it reflected almost 45 days rather than a period of 30 days.
We got a problem there from because the first 2 months when we upgrade, it comes the same $90, right?
Upgrade? What do you mean upgrade?
Upgrade, we have to change the wire. Wire hose over, I think, right? That's what they call upgrade. Because what happened that we may have to change the wire because when they're up in the post and they don't want it like that, they want it in the ground now. So we gonna we get new wire, everything, and this time we do man. 2 months after we upgrade, they try to know how this thing work with the GST, what I put on.
Well, sir, you would have to go with them because obviously we cannot.
But I place and don't get no answer. My wife can 2 times already, and they not pay no mind. No letter already gone and this and that and letter full and tell you. You're not going to respond, man. That's why I call you said, but they know that we know the sleep, right?
Well, thank you for calling and having confidence in us, sir. But like I said, it's rather difficult for us to cast an opinion on your situation if we don't have the bill in front of us.
Because what happened, let's go say the wire they said bad, right? From the first month we put it in your show. But that 2 months after when we upgrade, and then this thing start to come with about $50, almost $60 more from the bill every month. Like somebody the chief department.
Yeah, you don't have no other person connected to your house like you to give current to, no?
No.
Okay.
So, the person who did the upgrade, was he, and I'm going to ask you don't have to answer me on air, but was he a certified electrician?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, good.
Yeah, well, maybe you need to make the man come back because sometimes it depends on the gauge of wires they use, you know. Because if you don't have the correct gauge of wire.
Oh, but if they upgraded, upgrading means that they
wire, and we put number 6, grade 6, right? We not only you got hired lot of electrical heavy duty thing now. The wish number 4, right?
Yeah.
We investigate one. This man have way back. He know where he gone. Yeah. And he tell you that number 6 wire.
Number 6 wire now, a very good wire.
Yeah. Check I got to a bank. I got borrow money for do that. $2,000 for upgrade. And if we not get no result, they go worse. I can't get no. I beg people who can check me. How see everything alright today.
Alright, check this out. Check this out, brother. If they're not really listen to the Orange Walk, they have one toll-free number for BEL customer service, right?
BEL.
0800 235 0073.
Well, yeah, but when I ask you how the GST work by your bill?
GST?
Anything above $100 pays GST.
Yeah, but that's only from the bill you see that GST mark $15 or the most, right?
Yeah, because if your bill is over 100, then they put GST towards it.
Okay.
Sir, if you were paying previously $90, you're not paying any GST.
Yeah,
no, with the new law that took into effect, I think in March or in April. Any bill above $100 now is liable to pay GST. So if your bill was $120, like I presume it was, and then, or $130, and out of that, 12.5% is GST, $15. Then obviously your bill is going to come up to $140 as a total. No. Two things come to mind from off your bill. One, it's either the result of reading dates where you have not noticed, perhaps, I'm telling you it's possibilities. Number one, the difference in reading dates. Like I said, I questioned it pretty much the same because it happened to be during the month of June and July. Okay? My bill came up almost double. But it was because of the reading dates that in most of the situation it's a 30-day period. In that case, they did not do it within a 30-day period, and it was done for some time afterwards. I never gave a bill till almost the end of the month rather than the beginning of the month. Secondly, the other thing is that if the number 6 wire, if they change your house to number 6 wire, always remember that a thicker wire is going to offer more resistance and consume less electricity.
Yeah.
Always remember that.
Yep, that's why that's why the electrician recommended number 6 to him.
Yes, but we don't know if perhaps the electrician did make the correct, if he made the correct choice, because maybe it was a financial situation.
No, we got proof that number 6 wire.
Okay.
So we can buy it for sale.
All right, good. But previously you had 6 or you had 8?
6.
Previously, did you have 6 or did you have?
The same one when I take off, number 6. The same grade we have.
It's very possible, sir, that the number 6 was not right. Maybe you should have bought number 4.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Call the toll-free number, man, 0800-235-2273. That you don't have to pay for that call. 0800-235-2273. And you talk to them, you explain your situation to their customer care.
Okay, man.
Thank you very much, brother, and I hope you get through. Right, Emmanuel. Somebody send a text pertaining to what we are talking about, and it's saying here, make I read it like it is. It says, what you think about Orange Walk? This person, we have a working man Orange Walk and no state for the UDP as yet.
Thank you very much. We were just about getting there. We were talking about Benke. Whoops. Benke. 1816. Geraldo Rancha and Quilin, Alfredo Rene Quilin for Benke at 1049. A difference of almost 800 votes.
Wow.
In Benke. Almost a double whop.
They may have a Green Party to run there too, no?
Yes, but you only get 10 votes. You shall stay home. In Dangriga. In Dangriga, we had Gregory Ovado from the PUP receiving 1,227 votes. This is mayoral candidates. And Francis Humphreys as mayor receiving 1741.
That's for the UDP.
Which for the UDP. A
1741.
difference of 500 plus votes for the United Democratic Party, which was a big swap
a swing
from previous years, because the PUP had control of that town council previously. So for the UDP to have won the Dangriga town council elections with a clean sweep of over 500 plus, and I do believe that Mr. Humphreys was not the highest achiever. The highest achiever would go to Cheryl Molina, 1862.
What?
Versus the highest achiever for the People's United Party would be Gilroy Flores, 1256. And even so, a difference of 600 plus votes.
So it was seven UDP that came in Danriga?
Yes, exactly. Let's go now to Punta Gorda. Punta Gorda. Anthony Fuentes for the blue, 578. And Fern, my name is Fern Gutierrez, 1,189.
The only...
A clear, distinct double whop.
The only woman mayor is standing right now.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
Even if you multiply 578 times 2, would be approximately 1,500 approximate. No, 1,150.
So he still not reach Fern.
And he still never reached.
So that
Fern was
double whop
11.
again?
That's a double whop again. I call it a double whop. All right. Now, significantly enough, there was a Green Party in, and there was a participation of 3 other people running independent in Punta Gorda. You had Anthony Hammer Gabriel, who received 37 votes. Herman Marlon Morgan, who received 74 votes.
High.
And Orlando Albert Muschamp, who received 67 votes. If you add 37, 74, and 67, it would be 138 plus 37, it would be 175 votes. Even if you were to take that into account, it does not begin to make a difference with the victory of the United Democratic Party in Punta Gorda. Okay? Now, we come down, we have done Punta Gorda, Dangriga, Benque, San Ignacio, Belmopan, San Pedro. Now we're going to the Orange Walk municipal elections. And for mayor, Kevin Bernard received 3,873 votes. And Yvette Lou Torres received 3,809 votes. A difference of 73 minus 9 would be 64 votes. That was the difference between the blue and the red for mayoral candidates. 64 votes.
Wow. Close.
That was the closest elections in the municipal elections last 2 years. Closest results, okay? So the elections was so close, ladies and gentlemen, that we had 2 UDP members going in, and which means receiving higher than 2 of the PUP councillors, or it would have been a complete PUP win.
And that was those 2 PUPs was a current councillor, and one of them was a newcomer.
Jose Urbina was the one who lost, and Gian Bibbs Vasquez was the other one who lost. And they had formidable votes, 3,876 and 3,778 respectively. But because it was such a tight elections, that Casimiro Chartel received 3943 and Luigi received 3923. No, 3943 was only 6 votes short of Ian Cal. Okay? So, which I do believe would be the other one. I think of the 6 remaining, 3997, 3949, 3992, 3876, okay, yes, 3949. Chantel received 3943. So, it was a good showing for Chantel.
Yep.
It was a good showing for Luigi.
And you remember the day after the election, Emmanuel, when we were here, and we were reporting that it was 6 PUP and 1 UDP.
Exactly.
Until we got to find out, I remember when I went by the elections and boundaries, I went by the pharmacy,
That
and
is
the
a fact
returning
too.
officer
Informed
was
us.
Mr. Racinius.
Mr. Victor Racine.
Yeah, he was the returning officer. He told me that I don't know why the UDP people in walk out fine there. He said one of them, not call name, holler that the PUP win 6 and the UDP win 1, and I call him back, but he never listened to me. And he tell me Luigi came in as well. So I said, well, so what he have to do? Well, he don't have to do nothing. He elected. But see, anytime the man made the pass by, I tell him, boy, Mr. Racine Swan, can come. He said, no, man, I lose. I tell him, I talk to the returning officer, you know. Then he gone in there, he realized that they win. Come out and jump up, but he celebrate by himself, because nobody else never out there, the crowd never out there.
Amazing.
But how somebody can walk away from an election like that and say, we lose?
You need a spanking.
Understand?
I know.
And I call it.
But the thing is that, you see, you go in with high hopes, and then it turns out that the stark realization comes to you that you have lost, and you become quite angry.
You have to
quite frustrated.
You have to be there until the bitter end.
All right.
You understand?
Yes.
Because
yes,
remember,
but
like you always say, man,
uh-huh.
this thing that's about the figures, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You could win by 1 vote, you know.
Of course.
You could draw too.
Of course.
Right.
Okay. Right. And I agree with you. But like I said, I'm just beginning to explain the reason why some people don't stay till the very end.
Yeah, they can't.
Now, given the situation that it was such a tight race here in Orange Walk, that, you know, I perhaps would have stayed. I would have stayed, and maybe even ask for a recount. I'm not going to do this thing again, Papa, because I'm not sure about the number where you tell me. Maybe I would have. Maybe I would have just resigned myself to the position that I have lost and go home and try to go sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the situation was, ladies and gentlemen, that it was a tight elections, last town council elections. Elections are due within 7 months here in Orange Walk.
And pertaining to that, Emmanuel, I have a text here that goes straight to that election. He said, is it true that the UDP can't put a slate together? Can someone from the executive or from the party shed some light, or will the UDP shed some tears? He said 8 months away, and Orange Walk can't produce a slate. They want to know what's going on.
Well, obviously that pretty much reflects my point of view. We don't know anything, and I would like to invite somebody from the United Democratic Party to shed some light into the situation, because I gather that there are, 1 minute you hear that Checky made the run, and Checky said, no, I know the run.
I did sit down.
You did sit down. And no, and it was almost unfair for Checky for his name to be printed out in a newspaper, when in reality he had made no such commitment.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, like I told you, they were approaching me over and over, and I know they still try to find candidates, or maybe they don't find the candidates, but at least update the media of what is happening. Because like you rightly say, after August, we jump into September, and then nobody not have no time for campaigning in September. In a Christmas month, they don't want to see you the campaign, They want to see you deliver something. So look for what, October, November, January, or February, like 4 months.
Exactly. So we're inviting any member of the United Democratic Party, not member, but committee member, or member of the executive, to please keep us informed about that. If you can please send us a text or give us a call, and
I will invite you to come on the show as well.
Right.
If you have your
and
people
ask
together.
and answer these questions, because we are not we're not being kept up to date with this information. And obviously, we will not cast an opinion on it until we find out who are the contestants.
Right.
Obviously,
want to get concrete information.
when we get more information, then we will have the privilege of creating having an opinion. But in light of the situation right now, we're not got none. Now, the POP, have they established who these two other people have they presented their slate?
I don't know if they present the slate officially as yet, but I understand they already have their 7.
So it's a current 5 plus 2?
Plus 2, yeah.
And you have no knowledge of who those two are?
I hear they say one Hindu to run.
But that's a Tory, man, you're here.
Oh, Harish and Big Sanch.
Who that Big Sanch?
Sancho's son, man. Ferlani's son.
Oh,
remember
Fernando.
The boy we used to always there with her? Yeah, Big Sanch decided to come out and represent the people. Why?
Okay.
You know, so that's Big Sanch and Rahim Bali. Harish in it? Harish.
Good morning, Harish.
Bombs, don't let me get that bomb.
Don't let me get my bomb.
But you see, by wake up, Morris. I know.
I come from Calcutta too, no?
Then you see, Morris the way your mama here. You know, you're tearing. Like you're rightly.
I'm not making fun of you, believe me. It's
that's not a long time thing.
That's a long time thing.
It's
a very personal thing, a little joke that we had.
When they bring out the Arabina, so tight. You know, that is irrelevant.
Yes.
Then we have Corozal. Then they put up for the convention.
So you have Harish and Big Sanch running.
Yeah, with the current.
A rather interesting situation there because, well, Big Sanch is my friend. You know?
Who?
Big Sanch, Fernando Sanch.
From way back.
The young boy.
Yes.
He's my friend.
Yeah.
Okay? He's my friend. And a friend of the family as well. And their father, Fernando Big Sanch, I know from history was a big red.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Look over your face.
But it turns out that the reality is unpredictable. It changes. So, but at least they have their 7, okay, which is significant.
Oh yeah,
Dangrika has done their 7 PUP.
They had a convention.
Yes, and I guess that Corozal has done that as well.
Already presented.
So, what happens to the United Democratic Party? Is the party still at a loss? Is this an indication of the current position? I don't want to describe the position so much, but I would hope that we have some sort of situation where we had more participation from the executive, because apparently, and I'm going to throw it out, the UDP here is suffering from a lack of leadership. After the resignation of Mr. Gaspar Vega, who played a significant role in the leadership of Orange War, after we have seen him resign, a vacuum has been created. And apparently, nobody wants to fill the shoes, and nobody's even attempting to fill the shoes because there are some very big shoes to wear.
So will that be a walk in the park for the PUP?
That's the big question. A lot of people are saying that it is going to be a big walk, a walk in the park. Okay?
Yeah.
It's going to be. That's what people are saying. But we don't know that.
Maybe when the UDP bring out the slate, people have a different perception of the way they are thinking right now.
Maybe, and hopefully so. We're here to give you the facts as they are. We're not here to
We're not a bend.
I'm a proud member of the United Democratic Party, and but as above all, my position here is very simply a commentator in this show, Sugar City Morning Show, where I think my responsibility is to say the truth as it is. Okay?
The song says
versus other commentators who will take it personally to try to do a convincing act with you.
Right. It's we know Corozal have the convention coming up, but we need to take a break.
Oh, good Lord, I don't need 46. Do we talk for so long?
40 minutes away from 9, folks. We are telling about the date of the convention in Corozal as soon as we come back after this break.
I don't understand the lunch message, sir.
Man, this 4GLT really got me confused. Can you figure out how to buy my data?
Yeah, I know, right? And my name to work as fast as I may expect it.
Man, listen, guys. It's nothing complicated about Digicel 4G LTE. In fact, Digicel just made it easier to buy data. All you need to do is send a text message to 400. And in the body of the text, type the amount of data you'd like to buy. That's all. And you, focus your phone. You'd never get 4G LTE from this 2G bucket. You also need to have an APN. My wife, go down to a BTL office and get yourself a Digicel 4G LTE capable device. And until then, you will feel the rush.
Now who this balaya by?
Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
Tienes 8 cilindros. Eres adrenalina disfrazada de aleación de aluminio a 8000 revoluciones por minuto.
Así como así. ¿Será el cigüeñal?
Una limpieza de inyectores y un cambio de aceite. Vas a correr con libertad, campeón.
Los que entendemos al motor como si tuviera voz, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Ahora distribuido por German Vega & Sons. Búsquelo en su tienda favorita.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega & Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you. These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Busta. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Busta. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Busta.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. The time now is exactly 8 minutes away from 9 o'clock. We are almost ready to close, Emmanuel, but we are talking about the conventions and the candidates. Corozal will be having a convention for the United Democratic Party. This will be on Sunday, August the 20th. And we have a gentleman that is putting himself to be the mayor of Corozal, Mr. Rafael Castillo for mayor. And when I'm going to go through the list, I believe you told me that he topped the polls in the last election because he is a current councillor as well. He's a father of 2 children, town councillor from 2012, degree in biochemistry and environmental science, educator at secondary and junior colleges level. Commitment to serve, compassion, and good governance. That's Mr. Rafael Castillo for mayor in Corozal. You mentioned that he topped the polls, oh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, in Corozal, Mr. Castillo, if I'm just quickly going to pull it up again, Mr. Castillo, Rafael Shafrid.
What?
Wait, hold on, let me see this.
I don't know, I don't know Shafrid.
Let me see if he has any Arab in him, no?
Look for good.
Maybe. He was the one with the highest votes.
That's for the
United Democratic Party, yes.
For 2015?
For 2015, he got more votes than Mr. Gilberto Campos. So he is easily the most popular man in politician in Corozal for the United Democratic Party. He has a degree in biochemistry and environmental science, an educator at secondary and junior college levels, a town councillor from 2012, father of 2 children, in other words, an exemplary father who has a commitment to service, compassion, and good governance. You see, we're doing this for Corozal, and then we're not doing it for our own Orange Walk, because we don't have any information for Orange Walk.
Yeah, and he not run against Gilberto, you know. Gilberto not run again.
Gilberto is not running again.
Right.
So, in other words, there is another person, at least one more person who is running for the mayor.
Yeah, but
this is just a mayoral convention.
I understand.
Convention.
I understand. They have over 11 persons.
Oh, then it's going to be for mayors such as Slate and for the councillors such as Slate.
Right.
So, interesting from Corozal. We were just saying that Corozal was the one that was, apart from Orange Walk, the one that was most, where it was, albeit the fact that there was a big difference of 300 votes per se, but it was the second closest race in the 2015 elections. Now that you have 11 people running there seems to be a renewed interest in the party.
In Corozal.
And it definitely would not be the same situation here in Orange Walk.
Maybe we have to invite these people from Corozal to come up on the show. Maybe they want to uplift Orange Walk people to start to step up and getting things going.
Exactly.
You know, I said, Corozal, we need to step up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that convention comes up on the 20th, and you know that's the way the party does it. If you have more than the amount that can be contesting, then you go to a convention, and from there select 7 people, and the 7 people name up on the ballot for the election, and election is right here next year, March.
From my best, I gather best that there was a fire at the Corozal Free Zone.
Oh yeah?
Yes, and that it was a pretty big fire.
Inside the zone?
Within the zone. I mean free zone.
Yeah.
And there's a video that is live, and where the person is commenting that her workplace has burnt down.
What?
So there it is, see?
That happened right now?
Well, I don't, from the way it is, it looks as if it's pretty much out by now.
Okay.
But the video was posted 24 minutes ago, live.
Damn.
But, and it can be, well, I don't know. I don't know if it happened yesterday or early this morning, or I just tend to believe that it happened a little while ago.
Well, Free Zone contact, send more a text and tell us if you have any information about that, so we could just at least mention it on the show. Maybe we don't have all the details, but if it happened, and if it happened with you, if it just happened or it happened last night, or when, please.
I do believe that it happened today.
Okay. I try to get all the information here, but it doesn't come in. If I get it before we close, then we'll deal with it.
Yes,
but
so
Emmanuel, it has been a very interesting morning, you know, and I believe many people were lightened by the information that we shared this morning, because we got all over the country with this municipal elections coming up, and we started with the one in Belize City with Philip Willoughby and Dion Leslie, who are current councillors, and the interests of Darrell Bradley. Up to now, nothing have been said from Mr. Bradley, if he's running or not, but he never put in the application, so that indicates that he's not running, no? That's how that works, right?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
so.
Yes. Well, I'm not laughing at that. I was laughing at a thing here that suddenly popped up, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, so that's
but
it.
A rather interesting show, and I know that people are watching and commenting, and yes, we're trying to urge the executive of the United Democratic Party to please give us a call, and to keep us informed to the current situation.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and because we already know about the PUP slate, the 5 current members plus Sanj and what's the name of the other one?
No, Harish.
Harish.
That was man Rahim Harish.
And Harish. Okay. So, but from the United Democratic Party, we don't know anything.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that they don't have the slate or they don't put the slate together. But
we're not saying that. We're just saying that if they know they're not sharing,
Yep. Yep.
And maybe they don't want to share until they got the commitment from the 7 people.
Right. Yeah, it could be that too.
Ladies, I would just like to tell you that
14.
We need to do this as fast as possible. It's an urgency. Okay?
Yep.
You have only certain months to do this. Okay?
Yeah.
Come December, believe me, you will have no time to do any campaigning.
Like you
so you'll
mentioned,
be limited to doing the brunt of the campaigning in January and February, which would be way too little. Because if right now is July and we don't know about it, so maybe perhaps the middle of August, where there is an announcement, perhaps, hopefully with less than that. But which leaves you only September, October, and November to do work. And unless you have participated, you will know that this is, there is a lot of logistical work to do. You know what I mean? The revision of all the files, and I'm requesting people from the party to please follow up on those transfers that occur July and August. Many times you have these lists being published, and where ample time is given for people to contest the names of those who have been transferred, and with those lists, and I'm sure that if the PUP is listening, they will immediately call somebody and tell them, "Boy, remember the list, you have to go work this thing." But people from the United Democratic Party, please follow up on this. Because invariably what happens is that nobody shows up, the list goes through, and then at the end of the day, election day, you're left with questions and should have me, and we should have me, and it's way too late, way too late. So get yourself organized. Get yourself organized from now. Follow up on those reports, on those and believe me, it will make things much easier for you.
Once you see somebody on a list, and you figure that is a legitimate registration, and he there on the voters list, election day, okay, I know not about it.
Exactly. As long as his name is on the list. That's why the system permits for you to be given a chance to contest those names in court. But you need to be there. You need to know what's going on. Not just be there, but you need to know inside information about these things. And if you don't even know the list, much less know inside information about this thing. Another final note to the executive of the United Democratic Party. There is still a strong following for the United Democratic Party in Orange Walk. They may be disgruntled with you, but that doesn't mean that they will change their party. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's exactly 4 minutes after 9. We want to thank Maurice and Rahim for their participation in the show. They are behind the scenes working on those controls. And I would like to thank Chucky. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
Was it electrifying this time?
Yes, electrified, and I hope the friend we called this morning get the electricity thing fixed up.
Yes.
You know?
Like I said, watch those dates. And, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for viewing us today. And we want to invite you to be here with us tomorrow as well at 7 o'clock, And if you'd like to watch the show again, or Or if you maybe missed it this morning, remember that the show repeats tonight at 9 o'clock. Having said that, enjoy the beautiful day. My name is Emmanuel, and
I'm Robert Checker Usher, reminding you of the 10 to 12 show coming up right here on this same station, right here, music show. Then also we have the Grand Karaoke competition for kids coming up on the same music show next week, Friday. We have auditions this Thursday, right here at North Television Channel 10. So bring your kid up to 12 years old. If you believe they have that voice to sing, then they can get the opportunity to win $500 cash. So this Thursday, 2 o'clock, right here at North Television Channel 10. So my name is Robert Checker Usher, and we say hasta mañana. Hasta mañana.
Until we meet again. Okay, buenos días, hasta luego.
Sugar City Morning Show.